All right, Professor Project Team, February 13th and onwards, the CrossFit Open is here. Can you believe it? Another year has come and gone. I don't know about you guys, but I don't feel ready. It's a very normal feeling leading up to a competition, I find, especially with CrossFit, to never really feel like you're ready. I've been doing this for a long time and I still don't feel ready. Still feel a little nervous. Still wish I'd done more of that, less of this, whatever it is. So don't feel like you're alone there. But this week, kind of similar energy, right? Like focusing on the zone two, got the strength work in there, got the kind of EMOMs, the strict gymnastics work, but still a little bit of CrossFit to kind of keep the engine revved up that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday rest day, Friday morning, hit the open workout. The open workout will be announced Thursday at noon, my time. That's Vancouver time. That's 3 p.m. Eastern time, evening in Europe, so on. You'll be in bed if you're probably in Australia. So as soon as the workout's announced, going to work on typing up a kind of warm-up plan, strategy plan, but also make a little video, go to the gym, especially if there's any like particular movements that are particularly weird, go through those, kind of just let you know what to expect. And if you do end up doing it like right after the announcement, I know some people are into that sort of thing. I would prefer to let it sit, let it simmer, think about it a bit, try to look back at some training workouts with those movements in that similar time domain, or just that time domain, to start to think, okay, what's that going to feel like? How do I need to break that up for me to be successful? Because more often than not, you're going to watch that open announcement, you're going to go, oh, that doesn't look that hard, and you might make the mistake of doing something similar to what they're doing. Lazar Jukic, Bjorgen Carl Goodmanson, Gabriela Magala, Laura Horvath, all very, very fit individuals, super fit, some of the best in the world. And if you try to do what they do, you're going to be in trouble. And even what they do usually in the open announcement, usually go out a little fast when you're in the open announcement because, it's live, you don't have a chance to think much about it. So a good thing to do, if you have the time and you're curious, if you've done the open the last few years, is to look back at the last few years, like Bjorgen Carl Goodmanson or Gabriela Magala, Laura Horvath, look at their open scores, compare them to yours, and you might go, oh, in an AMRAP, they're going to do, an extra 50% of the reps I'm going to do. So if I did 100 reps, they did like 150 reps. Or if they did 1,000, I did, 600. Or sorry, vice versa. And then, if it's a 4-time workout, oh, she did that in 8 minutes, took me 12. Oh, she did that in 11, took me 16. So you kind of start to see that. And then when you watch this open announcement, you can sort of look at that and think, okay, I need to add on that extra, chunk of time or take off a chunk of reps. Therefore, I need to start that same speed that much slower than they're starting, right? Instead of starting off with 20 burpees a minute, I need to start off with 16 burpees in the first minute. Or instead of starting off with a set of unbroken 30 chest to bars, I need to start off with sets of 5, which will get me done 30% slower, which is on pace to match where I belong relative to that athlete. So something to consider there. The open, I'm going to keep talking about the open. I could talk about the training, but I know the open is going to be what's dominating our minds. So those first few days, make sure you're feeling good. If there's something in there that this isn't the time, especially if you're taking the open as like a very important part of your season. This isn't the time to be, to be pushing the weights on the squat, or if your back's giving you a bit of grief, don't do deadlifts on, the Wednesday or whatever it is. Just kind of look after yourself, play it smart, play it safe. And, especially if you're really looking forward to doing the CrossFit Open and that score means a lot to you, then this is an opportunity to, to compete. So take that into consideration in those first 3 days. Doesn't mean you shouldn't train. If you're not careful, you'll lose some fitness if you're just kind of humming and hawing and stretching at the gym every day. But it's still a good idea to make sure the body's feeling good. So if you're, if you have a little niggle or a little sore this or sore that, it's a good opportunity to, make sure that those things don't try and train through those, train around them, make sure you're feeling good for the open workout. Don't want to have some crazy DOMs either. And we've tried to keep out any workouts that are going to give you that crazy amount of like muscle soreness. You don't have some workout with a million thrusters on Wednesday or, a bunch of chest to bars or something. Going back to the open, remember you're in control of that day, right? So you should make sure that, you know what time you're doing it. You have a judge lined up that you're comfortable with. Area of the gym you're going to do it in. Bring a camera. Make sure you have space on your phone. Make sure you have a charged battery. Make sure you plug it in. Make sure you bring a second phone with another battery. Know when you're going to do it, carve out that time, make it your own. For me, the Open's an opportunity to kind of dial all those details in so that when I do the quarterfinals, I'm like really revved up and ready to perform. But if the Open is kind of, the one big thing and you might not make the quarters, or you're not going to do the quarters, then, for the Open, take it seriously, right? Film it. Even if you don't think you're going to have to submit a video, it's always a good idea to film. I mean, I film everything I do in the gym. So whether I'm doing a 1 rep max snatch or a bunch of double unders or an AMRAP, I'm filming it to see my reps per minute, how long my breaks are, what my technique is usually the big thing, technique. So keep that in mind. You should be filming it if you can. Good opportunity to look back on it and see what you could have done to improve on. And man, I was on a roll there, wasn't I? And then I just kind of drifted off. Try not to get too caught up in your score. Try to get caught up in your effort and your execution on a strategy. Again, I'm going to be coming out with a video on sort of Thursday, detailing some strategy ideas. And so it's a good opportunity to see, where your trainings put you relative to the people in your gym, the other folks in the Professor Project here, and people all around the world. I think that's really it. Man, I feel like I had one more important thing to say, but it is not getting to me right now. If you do have any questions, as always, reach out. I'm here, happy to help. It's an exciting time of year. Carbs. So someone commented, asked me about carbs. They mentioned they'd have like gummy bears or some sort of candy before doing a workout or a competition workout. Asked me about fast digesting carbs to get the glycogen into the blood quick. You can do candy if you want. I don't really do candy. I'd rather do, my recommendation was dried fruit, a few fruit puree or baby food in the little packages. You can do just white rice. You can do like carb powders, which is just sugar, right? But whether that's like a Gatorade or a clustered dextrin or a cyclic dextrin, those are really fast absorbing, or just any carb powder that's usually going to be like maltodextrin, dextrose. Any of those are going to do well. But yeah, I usually tell people dried fruit, baby food. Those are two pretty good options. But the biggest thing with any competition, I try to say this, I've got this in a bunch of videos, nothing new on race day. So eat how you normally eat, hydrate how you normally hydrate, warm up how you normally warm up. This is not the time to try some fancy new warm-up routine or do a million muscle-ups and warm up to make sure you still got them. If you usually just crack your knuckles and go, it's probably more or less how you should do it. Yeah, you can warm up a little bit more, but don't get hyper fixated on trying to become elite and attack these workouts in some crazy new way. Like the best recommendation I can give for the Open is, if that was just a workout that I'd written for you guys, how would you attack it, right? How would you warm up for it? And I mean, obviously I'm going to provide a warm up, but if usually you just skip the warm-ups I give you, maybe you should just skip the warm-ups I give you for this one too. Do what you usually do, and attack the workout in the same way you'd usually attack a Metcon or an AMRAP that I give you in the programming, right? If you like to go out hot and hold on, or you like to start slow and pick up speed, or you like to do big sets with big breaks or short sets with short breaks, like now is not the time to try to make any massive changes. Ideally, the training we've been doing will have given you obviously the fitness, but then also the ability to strategize relative to your abilities so that when the workout comes out, you kind of know yourself, you know what works. You've tried different styles of dumbbell snatches, or you've tried different ways to rest between your toes to bar, or you know how to drop the bar quickly and pick it up quickly for quick power cleans, singles, all those sorts of things. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the Open. I'm excited to hit it all with you, the Professor Project Squadron. It's going to be wild. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's crazy. Another year has come and gone. So go ahead. Any questions? Let me know. Let's get it.